The moment fans thought they had already seen every side of Jungkook and Jimin's bond, something quietly unexpected began to surface. Something that didn't come from a stage performance, a behind-the-scenes clip, or even a live stream. It came from somewhere far more personal. A small detail, almost easy to overlook at first, but powerful enough to ripple across the entire fandom once it was noticed. And when it finally clicked for people, the reaction was immediate. Surprise, curiosity, and a kind of warmth that's hard to put into words. Because what does it really mean when a friendship, or whatever you choose to call it, extends beyond the spotlight and into family space? There's something undeniably different about relationships that cross that line. Fans have always admired how close Jungkook and Jimin are. From their trainee days to their global superstardom under BTS, their connection has been visible in countless moments: shared laughter, quiet support, playful teasing, and those rare, unguarded glances that fans replay over and over again. But those are still public moments, even if they feel intimate. They exist within a space where cameras are expected, where narratives are shaped, where everything, no matter how genuine, still becomes content. So when whispers began circulating that Jungkook had been visiting Jimin's father, not as part of a schedule, not for a filmed segment, but simply dropping by, it shifted something in the way people understood their bond. Think about that for a second. Visiting someone's family is not a casual gesture. It's not something you do just because you're close coworkers or even just good friends. It carries weight. It suggests comfort, trust, familiarity. It raises questions too. Questions that fans can't help but ask. How long has this been happening? What do they talk about during those visits? Is it planned? Or does Jungkook just show up spontaneously? And maybe the biggest question of all, what kind of relationship allows that level of closeness? There's no official statement laying everything out in detail, of course. And maybe that's part of what makes it so compelling. The lack of rigid explanation leaves space for interpretation, for imagination, for emotional connection. Fans aren't just consuming information, they're feeling it, analyzing it, discussing it in threads, videos, and late-night conversations. Some fans reacted with pure joy. For them, this revelation, or even the possibility of it, felt like confirmation of something they had always believed: that Jungkook and Jimin share a bond that goes deeper than what's typically shown in the entertainment industry. Others approached it more cautiously, wondering whether the narrative might be exaggerated, or if small interactions were being amplified into something bigger than they really are. And honestly, both reactions are valid. Because in a world where celebrity lives are constantly observed, dissected, and sometimes distorted, it's important to ask, where is the line between reality and interpretation? But even with that question in mind, there's something about this story that feels grounded. Maybe it's because it doesn't rely on dramatic events or over-the-top revelations. It's simple, quiet, human. A young man visiting the father of someone he cares about. No cameras, no stage lights, no choreography, just presence. And presence can be incredibly meaningful. If you look at it from another angle, this kind of connection also says something about Jimin's family. Welcoming someone like Jungkook into that space isn't just about politeness. It suggests acceptance. It hints at a relationship that has been built over time, not overnight. Families don't open their doors fully without reason. So what does that tell us about how they see Jungkook? Is he just Jimin's bandmate? Or has he become something more in their eyes? Someone familiar, someone trusted, someone who belongs? That idea alone is enough to make fans pause and reflect. Because for years, people have watched Jungkook grow from the youngest member of BTS into a global icon. But behind that image, there's still a person navigating relationships, finding comfort in certain people, building connections that aren't defined by fame. And maybe that's what makes this story resonate so deeply. It pulls him out of the distant, almost untouchable image of a superstar and places him back into something relatable. Friendship, family, familiarity. But let's not ignore the emotional layer that fans bring into this. The bond between Jungkook and Jimin has always sparked conversations, theories, and interpretations. Some see it as a beautiful example of deep friendship. Others feel there's an emotional intensity that goes beyond typical definitions. And moments like this, moments that blur the line between public and private, only add fuel to that ongoing discussion. Is it possible that fans sometimes read too much into these interactions? Maybe. But is it also possible that certain relationships naturally invite deeper curiosity because of how genuine they feel? Absolutely. And that's where things get interesting. Because regardless of how you interpret their bond, there's one undeniable truth. It has consistently shown resilience over time. Through years of intense schedules, global pressure, personal growth, and individual paths, Jungkook and Jimin have remained close. Not just professionally, but emotionally. And that kind of consistency isn't easy to maintain, especially in an industry known for its fast pace and constant change. So when something like this comes up, something as simple yet meaningful as visiting a family member, it doesn't feel out of place. It feels like a natural extension of everything fans have already seen. Still, it raises another important question. Why does this matter so much to people? Why does a quiet visit, something that happens every day in ordinary lives, become such a powerful topic when it involves public figures? The answer might lie in the way fans connect with artists. It's not just about music or performances. It's about emotional investment. It's about feeling like you're witnessing a story unfold in real time, even if you're only seeing fragments of it. And when those fragments suggest something deeper, something more personal, it creates a sense of closeness that fans hold on to. But there's also a responsibility that comes with that. As much as it's natural to feel excited, curious, or even emotionally moved by these moments, it's equally important to respect boundaries. Not every detail needs to be uncovered. Not every interaction needs to be analyzed to its core. Sometimes, the most meaningful thing we can do is simply appreciate the moment for what it is, without trying to define it completely. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Not whether Jungkook visits Jimin's father frequently or occasionally. Not the exact nature of their relationship, but the reminder that even in a world driven by visibility and exposure, some of the most genuine connections exist quietly, away from the spotlight. There's something almost poetic about that, isn't there? Two people who have spent years in front of millions of eyes, still managing to build a connection that extends into the most private parts of life. It challenges the idea that everything about celebrities is curated or performative. It shows that behind the image, there are real relationships, real moments, real bonds that don't need validation from the outside world. And yet, here we are, talking about it, thinking about it, feeling something because of it. Maybe that's the power of stories like this. They remind us that even the smallest details can carry meaning. That connection doesn't always need grand gestures to be significant. That sometimes, the quietest moments are the ones that stay with us the longest. So what do you think? Does this revelation change the way you see Jungkook and Jimin's bond? Does it confirm something you've always felt? Or does it make you question the narratives that often surround them? And more importantly, how should fans navigate these kinds of stories moving forward? Because at the end of the day, it's not just about what we see, it's about how we choose to interpret it. If this story sparked something in you, whether it's curiosity, emotion, or even a different perspective, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and let's explore these moments together. And if you enjoy diving into stories like this, stories that go beyond the surface and invite deeper reflection, make sure you stay connected, because there's always more to uncover, more to feel, and more to understand in the ever-evolving world of BTS.